It says like what 7 or 8 billion people on Earth.
Yep, 7 or 8.
So you got all of these people praying for all of these different things, right? You got people praying for food, praying for shelter, praying for the health of their loved ones, and blah blah blah. And then you got these motherfuckers asking God, help me pick the right penis. Help me pick the right vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like, where your priorities at, my guy? Where your priorities at? Like, what are we really doing here? Like, because it's not, honestly, it's not rocket science, bro. It's just like stepping outside of your personal feelings on all of this shit. Step away from everything that you think you know and just reserve yourself for the idea that you may just be wrong about a lot of shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe you need to rethink some things so that you don't fuck up somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? Because ego will have us out here looking crazy, bro. Ego has us as a race of people already looking wild.
My ego, yo, once upon a time, my ego had me looking dumb as fuck. I look back at that shit like, yo, fam, what were you thinking? Like, you were moving so reckless and irresponsibly, like, and blowing opportunities all the time, like just talking to people any kind of way, messing up the network of people that I was trying to deal with, or just hanging with the wrong people. And I'm not talking about in the streets, but just hanging with the wrong people. General. Yeah, to make sure that my network is self-sufficient and running to make sure that I can get to certain things and get to certain places. And you out here dealing with these ignorant fool ass people, man. That shit wasn't helping. It was harming you. You wasted time.
And we had this idea that we can save one another from ourselves. When the truth of the matter is, the only true way you can actually save somebody is to hold the mirror up. You know what I'm saying? Reflect to them what it is that you see that needs to be corrected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed, like, there's a difference between like throwing it up in their face, like, man, you a fuck up, you blah, blah, blah. But just show them like, look, bro, this is why I'm seeing you got gaps in your development. This is why I can see you actually improving. And having those conversations, being open to those conversations is more important than just having those conversations, because you can't have them if you're not open to it.
Yeah, and that's another thing to all the folks listening when y'all hear this. We can't continue to move in a closed-minded manner and thinking that our opinion is what matters the most. You know, people can't, it's called constructive criticism. We have to be able to, at some point, be able to talk to Six and, me and Six, I can communicate. Yo, Six, what am I doing wrong on the mic?
Right.
Yeah, what you think I should do different here, and there? That's the ability to not just lead, but be the follower and be able to take
how to pivot in and out of the road.
Absolutely, and be able to take information without saying that Six is hating on me or you know he's jealous of what I'm doing. It don't have nothing to do with that. If someone is telling you that they see gaps in what you're doing, they're trying to provide you with information to help you improve what it is that you're doing, or even in your quality of life. If someone is saying, yo, my man, I know what you're trying to accomplish, but the way you're going about it is just totally wrong and reckless, man. I think you should shorten certain things over here and work on these things like that. Like, we have to get to that point where we are being social with one another, not to disagree or to hurt each other. It's not to be destructive, it's to be constructive and make sure that we are better examples of one another.
We have to be open to correction. We have to understand that we're not going to get it right all the time. And we have to understand that just because we didn't get it right, that when a person's correcting us, that they're looking down on us. And even if we do view them as looking down on us, there's something we need to fix. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you view my criticism as me looking down on you and you get upset about it, you have to have the maturity to say, hold on, this is my guy. Why would I feel my guy is judging me in a negative light? Let me look at what it is I'm seeing, what I'm feeling about it, and let's have this conversation.
But I never felt that way. So just so people know, I never felt that way.
So like a lot of times, like when we receive feedback, are we truly receiving it? You know what I'm saying? Or are we hearing words that make us feel a particular way? You know what I'm saying? So when you step away from those feelings, and I'm not saying, because feelings are important in terms of survival. You know what I'm saying? You feel danger. You know what I'm saying? Fear helps you sense danger.
Keeps you alive.
Anger helps you establish where the line is amongst people or a threat. So if you feel angry, more times than not, you feel a threat around you and you want to kind of protect yourself from that threat. It's all kinds of different elements that we kind of like we minimize because we feel like it's not masculine or it's not manly to have these feelings. But truth of the matter is like, dude, we don't acknowledge the fact that in our humanity, the best thing that keeps us alive is the way we feel about shit. We're never advanced. So like if I'm receiving some feedback from you and I feel salty, it's okay that I feel salty, but let's address it. You know what I'm saying?
Because the end goal isn't to make you feel salty. It's right. That there's some things that I think that you should take into consideration, and give it a better look, give it a deeper look. You know, worry about this part of things instead of that. Right. You know, but I think that's part of the lack of social development in our people right now, or people just in general. Like I remember growing up in the book when we had report cards, like that was a thing, like your participation and your critical thinking, like all those things used to be a part of your report card now. I don't know about now.
Southside, how you doing? Eastside, how you doing? Westside, how you doing? Northside, how you doing? Southside, how you doing?